welcome the President of the United States to the great state of Texas. I want to express my gratitude for our fellow Texans and especially the people of Corpus Christi for giving the President such a warm welcome on his ride over here, showing the gratitude that we all have for the President. I want to express my deep gratitude to the President for him and his entire cabinet and staff for what they have done over the past couple of weeks. A lot of people see what happens in front of the camera. I want to reveal in just 1 minute what's been going on behind the scenes, behind the camera for the past 2 weeks. About 10 days in advance of the hurricane even coming in to the Corpus Christi area, members of the President's cabinet and the President himself were in contact with me and my office pre-preparing for this catastrophe that was coming our way. At every step of the way as the hurricane came across the shore, as the flooding began in Houston, Texas, the President and his cabinet remained in constant contact with me and my staff, and they all had one thing to say: Texas, what do you need? How can we help? You can count on us. What I've learned is we can count on the President of the United States and his staff for helping Texas. Texas has been tested, but our response to this challenge has been made much more effective because of the very effective way the President and his staff has helped Texas respond to this challenge. So, Mr. President, thank you. Welcome to Texas.
I appreciate it. It's so nice, Governor, and it's really my honor. This is a very special place and a special state. And Senator Cruz and Senator Cornyn, thank you very much, Senator Cornyn, for being here. We appreciate it. I know it's hard to get here for both of you. You were trapped in various locations, but we appreciate you both being here. I want to thank my staff, my cabinet. We have quite a few of our cabinet here. You know, Ben Carson, obviously, from HUD, and Tom Price, and Linda McMahon, small business, which is now big business, because you're going to be, when you add them all up, you're going to be helping a lot of the people in Texas and doing a fantastic job. Thank you very much, Linda. But we have had a tremendous group of folks. Our acting director, Elaine, thank you very much for the job you've done. And a man who's really become very famous on television over the last couple of days, Mr. Long. We appreciate it very much. You have been just outstanding. And I can tell you that my folks just telling me how great your representatives have been in working together. It's a real team. And we want to do it better than ever before. We want to be looked at in 5 years and 10 years from now as this is the way to do it. This was of epic proportion. Nobody's ever seen anything like this. And I just want to say that working with the governor and his entire team has been an honor for us. So, Governor, again, thank you very much. And we won't say congratulations. We don't want to do that. We don't want to congratulate. We'll congratulate each other when it's all finished. But you have been terrific, really terrific. It's great honor. And you've been my friend, too, for a long time. And with that, maybe you could say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. President. So the whole community is coming together. You know, right here where the brunt of the Category 4 hurricane winds came in just north of Corpus Christi, we're already starting to affect recovery. Recovery is a slow process, but rest assured that we're doing everything we can to unify our efforts down to support, you know, the local responders, the first responders that we have here. Yesterday I put eyes on the ground down in Rockport. We already have points of distribution flowing. We're working in conjunction with the Governor's National Guard, where FEMA's supplying meals and water, and the National Guard is helping to run those distribution points. That's how this system works. While all eyes are on Houston, or so are mine, we've got a long way to go. We're going to have to set up expectations of the citizens, and we're going to have to continue a unified effort down to help the state of Texas ultimately recover. So very quickly, the objectives stay the same. The event, unfortunately, to the north of us is not over. We're still in a life-saving, life-sustaining mission. We're very aware of the issues at the convention center, but let me be clear. This is not the Superdome. The convention center, we are sustaining food. They have food. We're security. I have an incident management team inside the city of Houston as we speak. And more people are being moved to shelters to stabilize the situation. The next thing is that We're pushing commodities. Once the water goes down, we'll continue to push not only commodities, but also help to get people registered in the system to receive assistance from all of us. Assistance doesn't just come from FEMA. It comes from many organizations who are represented here today by Secretary Price, Secretary Carson, and others. The next thing is that we're looking at power restoration. We're maintaining security. Ms. Duke, mobilized the Homeland Security Surge Capacity Force. With that comes law enforcement to make sure that we're overcoming and anticipating any security needs that we have. And then also with Secretary Price over here, we're working with not only the governor's disaster medical teams, but we're also sending federal disaster medical teams in, not only to the convention center today, there's already some on site, but there's going to be multiple areas, not only for crisis counseling, but also to make sure that we're meeting access and functional needs. The access is a challenge to getting all of the supplies in once the roadway systems come out. We've amassed quite the federal force to be able to support the local and state efforts. For example, the governor pulls 12,000 National Guard troops in. We're pulling units out of Fort Hood as the federal government, federal DoD forces are coming in as well. We pulled several hundred trucks and staff just from assets right here in the state of Texas, and that's how the system works. This recovery is going to be frustrating. We're going to be here with you to help you guide through it. It's going to be tough to navigate all of the programs that come available, but we're here to help. So with that, I'd like to pass it along to our friends at the Coast Guard.
Mr. President, good afternoon, sir. This is where your Coast Guard serves at its best. You've got a bias for action. We are here in the state of Texas to support the state of Texas, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the federal agency. Sir, we have pulled Coast Guard men and women from across the country, capabilities, helicopters, fixed wing, response, incident management specialists, and they're on deck, sir, Texas here, getting after the task at hand. I'd be remiss, sir, to not tell you that as you look, obviously the landfall here, phase one was down here, we've been out, we've seen the effects here, and our local folks are going to speak more about that. Up in Houston, we are all in with the challenge there. We brought everything to the fight. The weather for the next couple of days is going to remain challenging. We'll probably see average rainfalls for the year, 50 inches, 4 weeks in. And I don't think we know what that looks like, so if I can tell you, the Coast Guard, Department of Homeland Security team with the DoD force and National Guard. I spent Sunday and Monday with the governor in different locations. We are seamlessly lashed up with the state. We are getting better at every day. It is a problem of catastrophic proportions, sir. I don't think we've done before, but I can tell you we're all in, we're aligned, and I'm very encouraged, sir, about how this thing is going to go forward, just in terms of cooperation. With us, sir, I'd just like to give Captain Tony Hahn a couple moments here. He's locally video perspective on what life has been here at this service.
Morning, Mr. President. Captain Tony Hahn, the Sector Commander here at Sector Corpus Christi, and also the Incident Commander for our Unified Command. Our Unified Command comprises over 150 federal, state, and local agencies, and we also bring industry partners in there so we can make sure we're covering all our bases as we get the report over. So I want to walk through a timeline of our activities that we've done over the course of Hurricane Harvey, just to let you know where we're at. So on Tuesday, the storm shifted and became a hurricane. Our job is to really assess the port, see what we need to do to get assets out of it. And that's what we started doing on Wednesday. We started making preparations. We locked down facilities. We get assets, deep draft vessels out to sea so they don't get into port conditions. Thursday, we moved to evacuating all our forces. We pushed our forces out of harm's way and our people so we can come back in after the storm and help as soon as we can. On Friday, we moved our boats and aircraft away from the storm so they could immediately respond. So now Harvey was upgraded to Category 4 hurricane. Our team was bunkered down in Robstown, Texas. We do a continuity of operations in Robstown, about 20 miles or so from here. We practiced that many times, so we're ready to do that. When Harvey made landfall, several ships that were moored in Corpus Christi broke their moorings, and mariners in distress were calling us for help. At that point, we had to wait till the parameters changed. We sent our helicopters north, and we saved 19 mariners' lives that night. Later on Saturday morning, we began our port assessments, and the conditions weren't good for getting boats on the water. With our O-flags and among the damage, we noted a grounded drill ship in the front of the Corpus Christi channel, so that's a major challenge for us. We continued overflights to respond to search and rescue calls on Saturday, and the weather conditions wouldn't allow us to really get on the water for us to try and get the port open, and we're working on that. So Sunday, now the storm shifted to up to Houston. And so we surge all our search and rescue resources out of Alice, Texas, up to Houston. And we're helping every way we can with that effort by surging resources. We're using our fixed wing assets down here to run logistics run all over the state to make sure that the operational commanders of Houston get what they need. Additionally, we brought our boats up from the south so we can start our operational activities here now that the storm's done. So Monday, we started to check our water operation with our partners. It's a huge emphasis to get the port open for commerce and for all the activities we do at the port. So our partners at the Army Corps of Engineers began their surveys of the channel, checking for shoaling and obstructions, and our ace navigation team started their evaluations of marking the water with all the buoys and the channel markers, just to make sure when we open the port it's safe. So far we found over 180 grounded vessels. Of those, our major concern is that large drill ship that's at the mouth of the Corpus Christi Channel. Last night, the tide came up, winds came out of the bands from the storm, and it actually raised itself and drifted over the other side of the channel. So salvaging that boat is a big priority for us. Additionally, we're working with the Texas General Land Office on all the pollution activities. So far, the good news is we've not seen anything major in terms of pollution response or pollution releases. So to close, we're about 1/3 we're done with our channel surveys with the Army Corps. Once we complete the survey and salvage the grounded ship, we'll be in a good position to open the port. Right now, our biggest challenge right now is potential shoaling. That'll require dredging operations, so we're really looking at that closely. And with that, Mr. President, I can use my brief.
Well, I want to tell you, and I can speak for the governor because we spoke about it, we are very proud of the Coast Guard, the job they've done, the lives they've saved. We're very, very proud of you. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, about a couple thousand rescues a day rolled up with everybody else's in this economic issue in the ports. We are in with the Border Protection Agency, we're in with the facilities owners, the pilots on the waterways. The conditions right now are not amenable to getting the ports open. We recognize that's a national priority and we will keep at that and collectively look at it right into as soon as possible.
Mr. President, at this time, before the press pulls out, there's information that I'd like to share in regards to how citizens can get involved. So here again, it's the whole community. Neighbor helping neighbor is going to be needed in helping Texas overcome. So very quickly, if you would like to register for assistance underneath the governor's declared counties, there's 18 declared counties for individual assistance underneath the president's disaster declaration. That's disasterassistance.org. That puts in, disasterassistance.gov. I apologize. Disasterassistance.gov. That's the FEMA Individual Assistance Center system. There's also ways, if you're looking to volunteer, nvoad.org, nvoad.org. There's also within the state of Texas, onestarfoundation.org. There's also, and we'll leave it at that, or redcross.org as well. So thank you, and at this time, we'll just conclude the press briefing.